Try before we die with a bearded man and a British guy.
Do you know I was a cowboy?
I'm not quite sure even to answer those questions.
Malcolm, it's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you. Yeah.
So we're back at the bar.
We are back at the bar.
And we've talked about some changes.
I can see there's something going down over here.
Well, and as well as, how we're going to do the show for the rest of this season.
All right.
We're going to really return to our roots, reviewing whiskeys.
So really taking it back a year or so.
Yeah, we're still going to interview our guests and whatnot, and those will be our bonus episodes, but we're really going to get back into reviewing the whiskeys. And I'm excited to sort of pair them with our foods or our sweets, try the water, and really compare and contrast.
Yep.
And really try to understand the whiskeys more than just enjoy them. We love enjoying them.
No, we do love to enjoy them.
Understanding the whiskeys.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so of course, regular episodes will take place with the bottle draw. We're going to open the bottle earlier, get them into the glasses, letting them breathe, still trapping the flavors with the lids, and talking a little bit about the whiskey.
Oh, so we're going to get a little bit more sophisticated.
Well, I figure since this is a new shirt.
Actually, no, technically this has already been on the episode. Whether they've seen it or not, I don't know.
Have you ever been golfing?
Once. Twice.
One of the clubs has a name. Do you know what it is? It's a 4 blank.
Iron. Actually, this was actually helped out by our technical crew.
Oh,
something about a wet rag and a dryer. Blah,
okay.
Blah, blah.
Okay. So just there it is. So let's get to figuring out what we're gonna open tonight. Get it breathing and talk a little bit about that whiskey.
I guess you need to hit that button.
We're gonna hit that button. It is good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah. The Bitter End. The private whiskey bar, 250, 300 bottles of whiskey in here. We're trying to see what they taste like, and we have no idea what we're opening until the box of magic tells us. Is that accurate?
That is about as accurate as you can get it.
There we go.
So now hit that button.
We are going to open bottle number 120. I wondered if that said 128 from my point of view. 120. So that puts us at on the backside. So I'm going to go get it because what we know is we're at 98 plus 50. No,
we're right here.
We're right here on the front side. Oh, this is interesting. So if that was so we're at 98, 108, 118. I know which one it is. I'm going to go get that bottle of whiskey.
Oh, you do that.
All right, here we go.
Is it that stocky one?
Bottle 120. So we know we're at 98, 108, 118. Oh.
Awful game.
Gross. It is this bottle. This is a 12-year-old anCnoc. This is a 43% bottling of a Highland Scotch Whisky, distilled actually at the Knockdhu Distillery. I'm excited to try this. I'm confident I've not had an anCnoc before. Of course, Highland Scotch Whiskies. The folks who make this Scotch Whisky probably have beards like this, right? And scream a whole lot about getting their own way. This is the most northern part of Scotland, and Highland region is so large it's hard to nail down expected flavors other than oftentimes fairly robust. And I'm not confident that I know exactly the physical location, so if we're interior or coastline. So the taste may give us some more direction. And we'll get back to Malcolm, and maybe the book will help us as well. So the anCnoc. I'll see everybody back at the bar.
Oi!
It's like, well, who's that guy in Saturday Night Live?
I don't know.
Always falling. Chevy Chase fell into every scene. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Mal, 12-year-old Highland anCnoc from the Knockdhu Distillery. 43% alcohol by volume. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open this bottle while we learn a little bit about it in just a second. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we are. As always, everybody, we open these bottles. We came close to a much older version of this. We missed it by one number. Doesn't mean a better version, just a different. So here we go. We got to figure out what these metals would be called.
Metals.
Metals. Okay, here we go. No date. Looks like this was purchased in the States. Here we go.
Hmm.
Subdued.
Little. Good sound, though.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, this is the normal.
Those first pours just glug so nice. All right, so we'll get that up there. We'll get these caps on the glasses. And have you got it in the book?
Is that pineapple over there?
It is a pineapple.
Oh, I'm going to freaking give you this book because I know you like to talk.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you right now, somehow you managed to freaking pull something out of your hat with that pineapple right there.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead and read that.
Well, I'm not sure. Wasn't that funny?
Yeah, that's actually pretty
Well,
impressive.
Mal would like us to note on the nose we might be looking for pineapple. And we've pulled some pineapple for the bar for this afternoon's tasting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay, here we go. anCnoc is Scottish Gaelic for the hill. The full name of this distillery in Gaelic is which apparently means Black Hill. In English, this is rendered as Knock Do. So the Knock Do distillery produces anCnoc. The Black Hill must be close by. Knock Do, not to be confused with Knock and Do, which we've had. The crew was saying we've had a Knock Do before, but it was a Knock and Do.
Yes.
Yes, I recall that now, which is the Little Black Hill. This distillery was built in 1894. I think I saw that on the bottle. To supply malt for blends. We've learned that lots of the distilleries were really designed to contribute to blended Scotch whiskey, to create consistent flavors. And this was for the Hague blends. You can still find some of the Hague blends available in modern releases to this day. Official bottlings began to be issued in the 90s. So in terms of a single malt offering, we're going back about 30 years. The 12-year-old release, pale gold, aromatic, smooth, fruity, with pineapple as the question mark. Body light and smooth, palate smooth, creamy vanilla, very soft notes of fruit, very drinkable and enjoyable. Now, the only thing that I will note different in this write-up is we are now at 43% ABV. This is referencing a 40. We have a 43 at a 13-year-old.
And there's a 1989 something on the back.
There's a 21-year-old at 57. There's a 23-year-old. There's a 75. There's an 89. So I think we're closest to this 12 at 40, but the 43% should increase some of our flavors.
Give it a little bit more bite.
Right. I don't know if I want to use the word bite. I think I want to, here, you can do what you want with that. I think as the alcohol slowly rises up, it may, if you're willing to look for it, may expose some more of the flavors.
Okay.
I think if you get to a certain height, say 50, 60%, then you're really going to be talking about that bite. But when we're going from 40 to 43 to 46, I think we're exposing more flavors.
Yeah, it's not like a huge jump,
Right.
basically, right?
Right, but it's allowing, because 40 is the lowest it can be. And some folks will talk about 40% almost being a little like, that's the way to maximize the amount of liquid out of a cask by dropping the ABV down to 40, right? You're going to get more production. The higher the ABV, the less bottles get produced out of the cask, right? And so
Correct.
there is this conversation around ABV and production, right? So we've got this 43%. Let's see if the bottle tells us anything. Oh, did you put glue on this?
It's all that Elmer's that I keep seeing around it.
Yeah. We've got no tasting notes, established 1894. That's where we saw it. And on the back is that government warning, and drink responsibly. We really do need to make those government warning stickers, like watch out for the government.
Yeah. And So let's just go through a couple of things here, right?
Okay.
So we've changed things up. We've done some things. So first off, I'm going to say, I see that as an apple cider color.
A light golden apple cider.
Okay.
Right, because apple cider can really go to this dark range.
Yep, that is true.
Like a fresh pressed.
Yep.
This would be more of a filtered, manufactured apple cider, not fresh from the farm.
Correct.
Right, almost more apple juice.
Okay, that's yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that's probably a better description.
Yeah.
So then the next thing I'm going to bring up. So for us who are more of a novice when it comes to drinking, obviously we've capped both these glasses, and the reason for that is
to trap the aroma. And though these, if you listen, it's still breathing.
Okay.
Right. But we're going to trap the aromas. We're going to pull our lids and really see what has expanded and compacted for the nose and see what we really pick up.
So that breathing,
but it's still breathing.
Is that for allowed to just to keep sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not off gas, but like to just allow it to just freaking get to room temp to be able to freaking acclimatize?
Yeah, I wouldn't say room temp. I'd say open up.
Okay.
Right. We're allowing the whiskey to open up a little bit. So we're not getting this like intense artificial experience, but rather the experience that maybe the distillery is hoping we do. Some folks will talk about whiskey like they'll talk about wine. It needs to breathe. It needs to be open for a spell first. And so
in this household, it doesn't really get a chance to breathe.
That's why I got lids, right? And that's why I'm gonna pour over here and hand you a glass.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited to try the anCnoc from the anCnoc Distillery.
The Hill.
The Black Hill.
The Black Hill.
The Black Hill. Mainly a blended whiskey made for blends. Been releasing as a single malt for about 30 years. And we have a 12-year-old example here at 43%.
From the Highland region.
Highlands. Ready?
Last question. Are you expecting to get a good?
I'm expecting that when we pull these lids that it's going to release.
All right.
Okay.
Let's put this to the test.
There you go.
Ooh. Now, I'm going to say this based on the fact that we haven't really done that before. Mm-hmm. But I will say that first oomph.
It trapped.
You sort of got like a burst of smell.
Aromatic, light, fruity, pineapple on the nose. And I feel like as I said pineapple, I felt like it was there.
Actually, that was probably the first thing I freaking actually picked out of this. And I don't want to say it's because I'm sitting and staring at pineapple, but that was probably one of the first things, that apple sort of smell that you get. And it was very much relevant when we pulled the cap.
So this does not ring of that robust potential for a Highland, but this is gentle in many ways. The pineapple really comes through.
Yeah, on the backside.
Yeah,
just as you start to drag it across your nostrils, which is interesting.
Again, this excellent pineapple experience just happened again to me.
All right, I'm going in.
I feel it's the most dominant flavor I'm picking up.
I'm going in.
I wonder if we'll get some vanilla on the taste. The pineapple was right on the front of the taste for me, right on the front. Very, very faintly spicy in the back.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to identify what's happening between pineapple and spice right in the middle.
Now, I don't want to be like, he's just reading notes and just going with words, but I will say that between that pineapple and that freaking spicy bit at the back, that's where you get the vanilla. And it's a very, very smooth vanilla. It's just like you can just sort of, you get the hint, just like you would do if you were adding vanilla to a cake. Yep. You have that, and it goes through. And it, for me, like I will say, I don't really get all these tastes. I don't really feel when I'm drinking that, oh yeah, I can taste vanilla, like I'm tasting vanilla ice cream or an extract. But if you were to think about what you get, the sensation when you drink and the sensation when you taste a vanilla or a pineapple or whatever, that's the sensation I get. I get that feeling like, oh yeah, that reminds me of having a bite of vanilla ice cream. They have that vanilla, that extract. That's what I'm getting.
I mean, would you agree this is fairly sweet on a non-sugary level?
Yes. If we were going to compare it to freaking other glasses we've had.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, very, very, very smooth.
Extremely smooth. For a 12-year-old?
And the nose has really died down with the lid being off.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Agreed.
is really passed on. And so the review that we read was at that 40%. So I'm actually thankful that this bottling is at 43, which I think is carrying on some of those flavors, that the
It's just
flavors
getting
aren't dying down.
Enough revs to frickin' be able to say, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Let's taste this and let's get these notes involved, and hopefully the person that's drinking it can actually pick these notes up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is good.
Really clean in the glass. Of course, my glass is really clean today for some reason, but really clean in the glass. Just a small ring at the top as it drops back in. That nice light golden color. That pineapple, vanilla spice
It's
in that
almost
order.
like peppery at the like that.
That's that spiciness right at the backside. Yeah.
So I can see you brought out some stuff here that we're gonna have to newfangled gadgets.
Yep.
What is this called?
This
What
is,
do you
this
call
is
this?
a pipette.
And what is this for?
This is to sort of control how much water you would add to a whiskey.
So I see there's a hole. I take it.
a hole.
Yeah, all right.
Just a little drop. I didn't put all mine in, and just to see what water will do to our flavor experience. And then, I mean, I know I'm going for pineapple.
Yeah, of course you'll be. Because I know what this is, because I cheated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually try that because that could
Okay.
be interesting.
I agree with you. All right, so the water really subdued the spiciness, but not the pineapple or the vanilla. It almost brought out more of the vanilla. The pineapple remained consistent. The vanilla turned up its volume, and the spiciness turned down.
I feel, and this is the way I'm going to describe it, that the water equalized it across. It took off that high end at the back, and it sort of just did this. And just like an equalizer, we're going to just bring this down so you can appreciate this all the way through without having the shock at the end of that spice that we keep saying.
Right.
You know, that like, oh, okay, I can taste you now.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. No, that's good. I liked it with the water.
They
but
are
I will
not.
say, if I had to, and I think this goes to pretty much anything that we will open in this bar, the fact that we get to try it neat.
Yep.
Most of our bottles that we pour, I would say I would probably, now that I enjoy it, having come from more of an ice man, I am enjoying the neatness of these drinks rather than changing them. But the fact that we can do it, and the fact that it makes it so you can say, okay, well, if you didn't really like it this way, why don't you try with a couple of drops of water and see if it changes your mind? Yep. And I will say probably 90% of the time, people will go, oh, holy moly, that's actually rather palatable because I'm not having to struggle with any of this. And we're free-handed this, by the way.
You're just going in?
Yeah, I'm just going in.
So you've chosen an orange flavored chocolate.
Correct. And it's more because of the dark, and like I said, I cheated because I had a piece beforehand. So I was scolded for.
Right. So we have some infused dark chocolate with orange for Malcolm, and I'm going to try the pineapple.
It's not as good as a Fry's orange cream.
But I do like pineapple anyway, but I'm excited for this.
Ooh, there's something crunchy in there as well.
I think it's almonds. Yeah, that pairs nicely. I might have another one. I might do it again. This is really good.
Okay. The chocolate almost subdues the front end now, where you taste this chocolatey, but because of the orange, I'm going to say probably the same for the pineapple, that back end sort of comes a little bit more alive for me. Now, maybe for you, it's the front end because that's where you're getting the pineapple from.
Oh, I now have this absolutely dominant pineapple whiskey occurring in my mouth right now. It's just really, really enjoyable. The anCnoc, 43% ABV, Black Hill, Highland Scotch Whisky.
Yep.
Aromatic, fruity, and spicy. And we're declaring pineapple, vanilla, spice in that order. The water for you levels it off.
Yep.
For me, it softened the spice, brought up the vanilla. The pineapple was an excellent pairing. And for you, the orange dark chocolate.
Yep. It was good.
Was good. Not that we're going to always do this, Mal, but 1 or 2 thumbs up for the anCnoc.
Ooh.
12-year-old.
Okay, so I'm going to throw some boundaries out.
Yep.
Am I comparing it to other things I've had, or am I just drinking for what it is?
Just for what it is. 1 thumbs up, that was all right. 2 thumbs up, I would absolutely have that again. Ready? On 3, we do it.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, very much so.
Excellent. So, the board's not up with our toast, so we don't know what we're going to see or say. So, do you have a toast?
I'm just saying. I would just say, you know,
I know what I'd say.
I'm going to just say. I'm going to say thanks to all you guys that are actually out there watching. We appreciate the feedback that we get from some of you. Obviously, we're keeping our Facebook page still alive. I see we posting there on the summit, but it's been an interesting journey. And like I said, this new YouTube audience, hopefully we can give you something that's different.
And honest.
Honest. Something that we enjoy doing. Obviously, I probably enjoy the drinking part. Colin, I think, enjoys the fact that he's in front of a camera again. But, you know, I'm just going to say thanks to everybody out there. And hopefully we can keep this going.
And I'll echo all that. And I would say I coached soccer for a long time. And as we'd go ready for a game day and we'd get on the field and it'd be time to play, I'd rally all the guys around and I'd say, remember everything we worked on this week? And one last thing, everybody. And these were like 10-year-olds. And I'd be like, and try not to suck out there. And we had a few undefeated seasons too, those kids and I. So, Mal, cheers, my friend.
Always playing for the camera.
Yep. I'm stunned that the pineapple is listed in the notes.
I know, that was rather ironic.
Because when I pulled the pineapple out for today on the table, I think even our lighting expert, Scott, said, pineapple, huh? And I said, yeah. I felt drawn to the pineapple today, having no idea that this would be something recommended or, you know, to look for. It really worked well. I'm going to have another glass and try it with the orange.
Out of the 3...
With a bearded man and a British guy.